Spring is a time of plans and projects, said one of my favorite authors in high school, Leo Tolstoy. It's about letting go of the old, making room for the new, and reflecting on ways to move forward and continue to improve and evolve. The concept of making room for the new in life is exciting. How many of you have things in your life that are taking up physical and mental space and they just need to go? Is anyone else feeling like a little clean out of clutter and a cleanup of limiting outdated thoughts are in order? If so, this podcast will be right up your alley. So let's dive in.
Welcome to the official podcast of True Basis Health, where we focus on living a life that connects health and mindset for optimal well-being. In each episode, Micah Hill, certified total well-being coach and perfect health educator, will cover bite-sized topics ranging from transformational well-being practices to maximizing mindset and how to live a rewarding life full of purpose. Here's your hostess, Micah Hill.
Have you ever rented a mini storage unit? As I sit at my desk, out my window on the other side of a 12-foot hedge is a mini storage facility, and I can see the red doors peeking through the green leaves of the hedge. Occasionally, a random car or U-Haul comes into view as someone goes to their unit. Now, sometimes people rent while doing a renovation. Maybe they're moving on or going through a major life change like a breakup or a divorce, and you'd be surprised how many people share their stories, sometimes their whole life stories, when they're renting units. Some units are filled with family treasures and memories, photos, children's toys, and heirloom furniture sets. Others are filled with stuff. And I say that with heavy quotes around it. When I say stuff, I mean it very loosely. It's evident that the person didn't know where else to put the stuff. A hodgepodge of items where people had just deposited everything because they didn't have the time, energy, or mental capacity to cull it before they moved. And I used the mini storage when we prepared for a renovation several years ago. It's amazing that you can fit your whole life and whole house into a 10 by 15 unit. Sometimes it may take two, but imagine boxing up your life belongings and putting them in a space that small where you didn't see it daily. How much space would you actually need for your stuff? Now, there's an interesting thought. Some people live in 800 square foot apartments, others in 8,000 square foot McMansions. But at the end of the day, what do you have that's really important to you? What do you have that makes your heart sing? What evokes memories or brings you joy? The answer to that question is a clear start to figuring out the physical things that take up actual space and mental capacity in your life. You would be surprised by the number of people who rent units for their important belongings and they never return for their old life. Several units actually get auctioned off each year because what was once important is now forgotten. And there's something to be said for cleaning out a closet and putting the stuff in a box temporarily if you're unsure if you need it or not, because if you don't remember what's in it or haven't missed it, it's safe to say you probably don't need it. Am I right or am I right? During my freshman year in college, our resident advisor did an icebreaker the first week of school to see what people would take if the dorm caught fire. It was easy for me. My photos, everything was pre-digital, pre-cloud backups. And my suite mate proudly said her laptop. Back then, laptops were just out. They were very pricey. And again, before anything was backed up on the cloud. Most of the answers from the 18-year-old versions of ourselves were materialistic in nature. I bet now all of us would have different responses. And I think about this because There's been a lot of devastation from natural floods and tornadoes recently, and my heart goes out to the people that lost everything. The images are devastating. And while it's tough to lose everything, those who realize their health, family, and safety are more important than physical possessions are far ahead of the game in the event of a loss. Everything else is genuinely replaceable. Yes, there are thoughts around our attachment to things, but with thought work and implementing the law of detachment, it becomes evident that we can select how we want to show up in the face of adversity, which is a topic for another day. So, in the Clarity Club, I talk about the extended body and how it impacts us physically and mentally. The extended body is everything outside of your physical body, your home, office, and the environments you put yourself in. Everything around you and your extended environment impact you on some level or another. So your stuff and your belongings are all impacting you. When I say that, what's coming up for you? Do you agree? Do certain things that are sore points come to mind? Do items that bring you joy pop up and bring you joy as you're thinking about them? Just take a note of what's coming up for you right now because all those thoughts are impacting your life and your physiology somehow. Often people long for change in their circumstances. The driver for change in circumstances usually boils down to seeking more comfort than is currently there. Being comfortable in not only our settings, but also comfort in our thoughts is a game changer. Thoughts that bring us peace and calm allow us to show up much more differently and enjoy life a heck of a lot more than those that bring anxiety and overwhelm. Tell me where I'm wrong. When considering change, there are two areas that come into play: what is around us and what we think about what is around us. So, our environment and our thoughts about our environment, right? It's human nature to wonder what life would be like if it was different, and we're hardwired to seek improvement. How often do you dream of what your ideal life would look like? How often do you wonder what your ideal job would be? Do you dream of your ideal vacation? How about the features of your ideal home? When it comes to getting the ideal version of what you want, saying, I'm going to start working towards XYZ and everything will be better soon. That doesn't work. Sorry, but it just doesn't work. The reason is that without addressing our environment, our extended body, and our thoughts around our current situations, we can't be open to the future of possibilities. It's like we're grounded in the past and everything is being framed from that standpoint. The concept of the interconnectedness of everything teaches us that you can't change one area of life without it impacting or changing another. So, where do you start? You can say what you want and you can dream how things would be so much better on the other side, but you need to change your environment and your thoughts around it to achieve those goals. So, today, I'd like to share one piece of the equation and give you an area around your environment to explore. What do you see when you look around your home, office, car in this season of new beginnings? Do you see clutter, disorganization, or chaos? Because your internal world is a reflection of your outer world. How does it confirm or contribute to thoughts of overwhelm and anxiety you might be experiencing? How can you curate a more enriching environment as you approach your spring cleaning? And how can you streamline your life to make your days easier? From an environmental standpoint, I'd like you to select one area that brings you the least satisfaction, just one. Least satisfaction. And there's no need to let the process overwhelm you. So, in this exercise for the next week, I'd invite you to allocate 10 minutes a day to improve that area of least satisfaction. If it's your closet, then on the first day, you might come up with a game plan. The second day may involve removing and sorting everything, consciously choosing what will stay and go. Maybe the third day is coming up with a new system. The fourth, cleaning the space and starting to put back only what you're going to keep. And the fifth day, donating what you no longer need. The end goal in this exercise, though, is to get to a point where your environment gives you energy instead of draining it. And maybe your area of least satisfaction stems from not having meal prep and meals down, or the quality of food you're fueling your body with. Whatever the area of least satisfaction is, I'll invite you to break it down into steps to start moving you towards a better outcome. And as you go through the process, I'd like for you to note what thoughts are coming up. Are there areas that you get stuck on or that feel hard to you? Are there areas that you want to address that maybe feel too big? Because all of these observations are important. And then I'd like to invite you to join me for a deeper dive into creating the environments and thoughts that will bring you the comfort and calm you seek. In May, I'll be offering a masterclass called Living the Dream. I'm so excited about this because it goes deeper into this week's podcast and really sets you up to step into the next version of yourself, one that's calm, confident, and comfortable. And if you're interested, head over to truebasishealth.com, Living the Dream, to register. So I want to share this. As I was preparing for the masterclass, I went through one of the exercises that I'll share with you, and immediately I noticed how much less stress I felt in the present moment. When I set my attention and intention on my desired life, I began to see how I accessed such a different feel and outlook about everything around me. Even though I wanted more and better, it's like I had more comfort because I felt I had a roadmap on where I was going. And the clarity that I gained on moving forward with some of the things that had kept me stuck was incredible. So powerful. And I can't wait to share it with you during the class. So if you're interested in joining us for the Living the Dream Masterclass, at the end of May, register, and together we'll explore how to unlock your best life, how to remove blocks to the flow of abundance and the thoughts that distract you from focusing on your goals, and what's more important, your health and your family. As Robin Williams said, spring is nature's way of saying, let's party. So go on, get ready. Things are about to get real fun. I hope to see you at the end of May for a big party. This is Micah Hill signing out.
Hi there, friends. Are you interested in learning more about recalibrating your well-being and aligning with your purpose? Have you grabbed your free copy of Invitation to Balance yet? Well, if not, what are you waiting for? Head over to truebasishealth.com/invitation. That's truebasishealth.com/invitation. Come on over and get your free guide on how to think and show up in the areas of health, purpose, and mindset so you can transform your well-being.